Movies Are a Thing is a weekly podcast going over the movies releasing this week.
And whatever movie-related tangents we decide to venture off on today.
Hello and welcome to Movies Are a Thing. My name is John.
And I'm Travis, and here are the movies premiering this week.
But before we do that, Travis.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Hi.
How do I sound?
Crisp. Crisp and clean.
We got some new equipment.
We sure do.
Woo! So now Travis can actually hear stuff.
Yeah, and I can hear myself, and I hate it. But, you know, that's all right.
That's how I felt the entire time we've been doing this.
I bet.
Go figure, I start a podcast and I hate the sound of my own voice.
Right? But, you know, hey, I mean, I guess you kind of get over it after a while.
Yep. But we got some new headphones that Travis can listen into in case we have, somebody decides to pop in remotely or something like that, or if we need to be remote.
Sure.
Anything like that. We have headphones now.
Nice.
It'll be good.
Yeah.
We're going up in the world.
Woo!
Which is all thanks to our sponsor, St. Michael Cinema. I mean, they provide a space for us, which is awesome. But yeah, it's nice to be able to actually feel more official now that we actually have headphones and stuff too.
Most definitely.
But thank you, St. Michael Cinema, for sponsoring the podcast. Do appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
And that, I think, is the earliest we have ever done it.
I believe so. We are on our game today.
We are. Travis.
Yes.
How has your week been going, man?
It has been good. Not much in terms of, life stuff happening, but, I mean, I do watch a lot of movies. Mm-hmm. So I did have a chance to watch a couple.
Okay.
Okay, so the first one I watched was Twisters.
Very nice.
And I liked it.
Okay.
Would I say it's better than the original? No, I would not.
Yeah, no. I mean, that... Yeah.
The original will always be a classic. But is it its own movie? I will agree with that. It is its own movie. They don't reference the original one at all.
Okay.
I mean, besides Dorothy.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, they really don't reference the first one at all. Or, well, not really at all.
Mm.
Let's see. I guess... My big issue, and I don't know if it's just because when I was younger, it seemed more real, but in this one, you could tell that it wasn't real, if that makes sense. Like the computer generation wasn't as good. It seemed a lot more polished, and the original one seemed more gritty.
Oh, okay.
If that makes sense.
Okay.
So, you could tell, there was dirt in the sand, or not in the sand, oh my goodness, in the wind of the tornadoes and all this and that. And in this one, it just seemed a lot more polished, a lot more like it was computer generated.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting because, like I was kind of telling you beforehand, too, there's a YouTube channel that I watched that... actually went over the original Twister.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just kind of watching it, him going through all of that stuff. It's like, man, that's kind of, that's rough looking.
Right. Oh, exactly.
But, you get kind of the whole process that needed to be done with, scanning in the film and doing all of the computer effects and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of technology has come a long way in the interim.
Oh, most definitely, yeah.
And so it definitely stinks. I'm wondering if they didn't in the original, because they weren't sure what they were going to do officially, that they did have a lot more sand and dirt and stuff, basically flying at the actors.
Mm-hmm.
And with this one, they know what they can do.
Right, sure.
Digitally.
Mm-hmm.
And so it made it so that they could just, not have to worry about that.
Mm-hmm.
Although I did hear, apparently, in the original, when they're going through the corn, they're driving through the corn and trying to hop out of the truck.
Okay.
That in, the first take, they were trying that. The door hit a particularly thick batch of corn.
Oh, no.
came back and smacked Helen Hunt in the head and gave her a concussion.
Oh no.
And so for all subsequent takes, the doors were jammed open, like they had them like fully just like welded open basically.
Sure.
Because like, I mean, you think about it, you try to open a door when you're moving. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be very easy. You try to open a door when you're moving through a cornfield.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Oh, exactly.
So, but yeah, like I just learned that, that happened, but I forget where I was going with this. Yeah, it just seems like kind of going off of what you were saying, where this one just seems more polished. Mm-hmm. Very much so. Did it kind of feel like a bit of a love letter to Jan de Bont movies? Because I mean, if you think about it, like Jan de Bont did, Speed, Minority Report, Twister, Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, The Cradle of Life.
Nice. Okay.
Speed 2 he did.
Okay.
Yeah, like he literally just did Speed, Twister, Speed 2, Cruise Control, The Haunting, and then Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, The Cradle of Life is the ones that he directed.
Gotcha. Okay. A love letter, I wouldn't go that far, but
Closer to like an homage kind of?
most definitely. I would say more so an homage than anything.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And another thing is I thought that Glenn Powell was really annoying at first. But his character grows on you, and once he starts to get together with some of the other people in the movie and it kind of gets farther into things, then he does get better.
Okay. Does he kind of go from like a social media influencer type of personality to just being like a storm chaser type of personality?
Exactly, yes.
Gotcha. Okay. And I was wondering if that was kind of going to be the case too. Mm-hmm. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah, but if you like the original one, I highly recommend this one, and give it a chance.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That works for me.
And then I thought I had another movie that I watched this weekend, but then I was looking through my notes, and I guess I didn't watch anything else. So that's my only thing.
Very nice. Very nice. You want to hear about my week?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay. So, Thursday, wake up, migraine, not feeling good at all.
Okay.
And so I just stay home, or like I work from home that day.
Okay.
Come to find out that one of our, medical sites that is, has a contract with us to do a clinical trial that we're in, they need a video camera because the one that we sent them, the SD card reader is busted. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're just cheap little cameras, so whatever. I'm like, okay, well, I can't get the one that we bought them anymore because it's basically out of production, and we bought up the entire stock of them around the area.
Okay.
So I find another one that's the same brand that is it's basically the same camera, just like a newer model or whatever. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go and grab it. So I go to Wally World, and I go in there. I know that they have it in stock because I checked online first.
Okay.
Go to the electronics section. I'm like, hey, I need, this camera, point at it in the little display case, whatever. So they open up like the storage cabinet with their key. They grab it out. They bring it up to the counter. Like I'm not holding it at all throughout this entire process.
Okay.
They bring it up to the counter, scan it. I pay for it. They put it in the bag with the receipt. I grab the bag and I'm out of there because I need to get it, shipped off overnight so that it's in Phoenix by tomorrow morning kind of thing. Mm-hmm. I get home and I start to go open it up because I need to get it all set up for them because we don't want them to have to do anything. Basically, open it up, throw the SD card in, and go. Mm-hmm. So I take the box out of the bag. The seal's broken.
Oh no.
Weird. Okay. Open up the box. Take the thing out. The carrying case that's supposed to hold the camera in it from the factory is very squishy and very light.
Oh no.
All of the accessories and the packaging is in the box. Mm-hmm. The camera is not. Mm-hmm. I'm like, crap. Okay. So I go back to Wally World.
Mm-hmm.
This is literally a half an hour after I bought it.
Mm-hmm.
Go to customer service. I'm like, hey, so I just bought this like literally a half an hour ago. Got home, went to go open it. Seal was busted, and there's no camera in the box. Everything else is in the box. So the box has heft.
Sure.
But there's no camera.
Okay.
So one lady's like, okay, well, let me go check with my manager, see if there's anything we can do. So she leaves, comes back. No, there's nothing we can do. Sorry, what? There's nothing we can do. What do you can't even like exchange it for one that actually has the camera in the box? No, there's nothing we can do. You have to call 1-800-Walmart. Okay, whatever. So I go out to the parking lot, call 1-800-Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to somebody for a little bit, explain the whole thing again, go through the entire story again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, no, you have to talk to the manager in the store. They'll be able to take care of you. I was just in there. They told me to call you. Yeah, no, you have to talk to... We can't do anything over the phone. I mean, makes sense.
Sure.
So you have to talk to the manager in the store. Okay. Fine. Okay, whatever. So I go back inside.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I just called 1-800-Walmart. They said I need to talk to a manager. Like, I need to talk to a manager.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's like a manager kind of sitting over there, and they call him over, and he has, coach on his name tag because he's a coach for all of the employees or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We go through the entire story again. Yeah, there's nothing we can do for you. Sorry, what? Like, I just want to exchange it for one that has the camera in it because I need the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, can't do anything for you. Like, so what you're saying is you made me purchase just a box with nothing in, or with no camera in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry, we can't do anything for you.
Ooh, okay.
So at that point in time, I had already spent like 2.5 hours trying to take care of this, something that it should have been a half an hour, if that,
Right.
to get everything taken care of. So I had to go to a different Walmart that I knew had the camera, buy that, and then go and ship it off. So 4.5 hours later, 4 hours later, I'm finally done, finally have it shipped off. It's going to be there by the next morning.
Mm-hmm.
But now I've had to buy the camera twice. And so I try to get in touch with the store manager, because here's my guess.
Mm-hmm.
They think I stole it because it was in a locked cabinet.
Yeah.
And then I got it and then came back and said it wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a returned item that got put into a locked cabinet, and they say that it was in there. I say that it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
They think I stole it,
Yeah.
which is A, 100% ludicrous, and B, I already have like 3-4 cameras that are way better than that one sitting in my room right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is literally for work. So I've been trying to get in touch with the store manager since Thursday, and every time I call there, he never answers. And for the first, Thursday and Friday, they didn't even take my name and number to have him call me back.
That's so stupid.
And so, like, today, I finally got somebody to take down my number so that he can give me a call back. Never gave me a call back. So if you're in Minnesota, never go to the Brooklyn Park Walmart, because they don't care about you at all. They will give you horrible service. They will be...
You're about as useful as a poopy-flavored lollipop.
Yeah. I told you it would make sense.
Yep, now it does, definitely. Okay.
So, yeah, that kind of put a damper on my birthday weekend a little bit.
Yeah, no kidding. It would on me, too.
So-
As soon as you said that, I was like, immediately, they probably think you stole it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
100%. But, I mean, would I ever steal anything?
Well, no, of course not.
I mean, you know me, but...
Yeah.
I know they don't know me, but still, it's just like, you can't even exchange it for the literal exact same box. You can see everything is in here. I just need the camera for work.
Right.
I need to send this off.
Exactly.
So, we'll see how this all goes. I'm gonna have to do something.
Well, hopefully you'll get your money back and then some.
Oh, it won't be and then some. But I'm gonna do dang near everything in my power to, if they don't refund it, because I had to go out and buy a different one. If they don't refund it, I'm basically telling my credit card that it's a company issued card or whatever, but still, it's like I'm going to tell them that I never received the merchandise, never received it, and so maybe get a charge back on that, but then basically,
I mean, yeah, that might work.
it's just kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, most definitely. All that for just to get a no camera,
Yeah.
and having to go back and go buy another one.
Yep.
It's ridiculous.
Yep. Waste my gas. Use my put wear and tear on my car. Like it's just. But once I got out of the cities on Friday, kind of left my thoughts, and
Well, that's
I had a good weekend.
Well, that's good. Glad to hear it.
Yeah. No, it was very fun. Got to float on the Mississippi, up north where it's a little cleaner. And that was a nice 3-hour tour.
Sure.
We didn't get lost though. There wasn't a storm or anything.
Well, that's good.
And then we had some beer Olympics.
Nice.
That was fun too. My team won. We were pretty good.
Nice.
Did pretty good. But yeah, no, that was the good part of the weekend.
Well, awesome.
But I didn't get a chance to watch any movies.
Lame.
So, yeah, that was a very long story. My apologies.
It's all good. It was at least entertaining.
For you.
And for everybody listening too.
Hopefully.
For the millions and millions listening.
Oh, sure. Millions. Let's go with that.
Yep. You got to think big, man. Think big.
But, yeah, so that was my weekend and, end of the week and everything. And before that, it was just editing. So,
Hey, I mean, it's...
Speaking of, you want to learn to edit, Travis?
Sure, why not?
Yes. We'll get it all taken care of.
Off my plate.
But yeah, how about we get into some of the movie news here?
Let's do it.
All right. First things first. As always, we gotta want to get the sad stuff, not necessarily get it out of the way, but address it first. We did have another celebrity kind of pass away here, Bob Newhart. I mean, he's kind of just a legend in the space, but he did end up passing away at 94.
Wow, I was just about to ask how old he was. 94.
Yes.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, I mean, he had the Bob Newhart show. I think he was on The Big Bang Theory recently too.
He was, yeah.
But just his deadpan delivery on everything. Oh my God, it's so awesome! It just cracked me up all the time.
I mean, I loved him in Elf.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, very much. But yeah, I think I'm trying to remember. He was on Mary Tyler Moore or Carol Burnett?
I think it's Mary Tyler Moore. Watch, I'm totally wrong.
Well, I mean, the Bob Newhart show was produced by Mary Tyler Moore.
Okay.
Wait, what's that? I want to say. Okay, so he guest starred on Carol Burnett's sketch comedy series, The Carol Burnett Show, in 1971.
Okay.
I don't know, just the way, it's almost like he didn't know how to act, but it made him hilarious.
It was just his delivery,
Oh, very much so, yeah.
that deadpan delivery. It killed every time. I mean, between Bob Newhart and Tim Conway, I mean, they both had really good delivery on that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. So, I mean, like I said, he passed away here, I think on Thursday.
Okay.
Between Wednesday and Thursday, at the age of 94.
Okay.
After a series of short illnesses, is what it's saying here.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, we have lost another one from some of the. I mean, some people would say some of the greatest especially sketch show era kind of TV.
Oh, most definitely.
So, but yeah, go if you have a chance, go watch the Bob Newhart show and go watch some reruns and enjoy what you can.
Exactly.
All right, but getting into some more movie news here, kind of going on from there. Our next news that we have is for a movie called Pressure. which is about the Normandy invasion. And we know who's going to be playing Dwight D. Eisenhower.
And who is that?
It's our boy, Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
So he's going to be playing Dwight D. Eisenhower. And then Andrew Scott, who was C in James Bond.
Okay.
He was also Moriarty in the Benadryl Cabbage Patch Sherlock.
Benadryl Cabbage Patch. Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, you know the Sherlock that had Doctor Strange and
I do. And Martin Freeman.
and Bilbo.
I just forget that everybody, people have called Benedict Cabbage Patch. It's so good.
I mean, I have to. It's kind of like tradition on my part at this point.
It really is. It's just so funny.
But yeah, so Brendan Fraser, Andrew Scott, they're going to be in Pressure. Andrew Scott is actually going to be playing. He's going to be playing Group Captain James Stagg, who was the Allies' chief meteorologist, whose job it was to inform the Supreme Commander General Eisenhower of weather conditions that would make or break their Normandy invasion.
Okay.
The decision-making was critical in the fate of the war and the course of history. So there was a lot of things kind of going on with Normandy itself. A lot of cards in play.
Right.
So this will be just kind of, it sounds like it'll be kind of focusing on just a couple of things.
Sure.
But I mean, like, you know, there was a whole bunch of like, you know, a dead body that got washed up on, you know, coincidentally, quote unquote, washed up onto the German shore that had plans on, you know, being a lot more north, you know, invading in beaches a lot more north. And so the Germans sent a lot of their troops up there, which is why Normandy was, I guess, pretty unoccupied at the time. You know, it was still had troops there and everything like that to defend against any invasion kind of thing.
Right.
But, you know, there's that. There was inflatable tanks that they had on the England coast that, you know, the German planes would kind of spy on to be like, oh, they're grouping over here because they're going to go over, you know, in this general direction kind of thing. You know, they were looking for the tides and everything like that because, like, if you watch a movie like Band of Brothers, you know, all of those metal things on the beach, those normally would be underwater during like a high tide, which is what they figured the Allies would come in on high tide, so they didn't have a humongous beach to try to go through. But they came in on low tide so that they didn't have to worry about any of those hull busters, basically.
Right, yeah.
And I mean, like, it was just this whole thing. So, like I said, it feels like this is just going to be a small part of it, going off of like the weather and trying to figure out what the best time to do everything would be. You know, if it was going to be, you know, more better to be, you know, in the sunlight so that it was glaring off of their stuff so they couldn't see stuff coming in from the ocean, or if it'd be better to be cloudy so that everybody could see everything, like our troops could see what they were doing kind of thing too. You know, it was going to be, I feel like a lot kind of going into it.
Right, sure.
But that's just me. So we do have that coming in.
Okay.
One place you probably, or that you won't be able to watch this when it does eventually come out on streaming, would be on Netflix's lowest ad-free tier.
Okay.
Because they're cutting it out.
Oh, not enough business for it, I'm guessing?
Well, apparently, I don't know exactly what it is, but I mean, basically there's, they have, you know, the lowest like ad-free tier that they cut from any new customers being able to do.
Okay.
And so that was a while ago. Now they're going through and saying that anybody that has it will not have it anymore.
No.
So they're completely cutting that tier out from their offerings of subscriptions.
But you would think that, like, if somebody already had it, that it would kind of be grandfathered in at that point, to where like they would just be able to keep it and then at that rate. But I guess,
I mean, if they can go through and, you know, raise your rates for whatever, basically they can say this is causing too much, you know, overhead on our stuff, you know, to try to keep all of these tiers, so we're consolidating.
Right.
And mysteriously everything else is there, but this one is gone. Oh, weird how that works. So it's just basically a way for Netflix to get more money by either having people go into the ad-supported streaming, in which case Netflix gets the ad revenue, or to pay more to not have the ads.
Sure. Okay.
So, because everybody wants more money.
Exactly. I mean, that's unfortunately the way the world turns.
Yep. Which is apparently why Warner Brothers is doing some more layoffs.
Of course. Okay.
So this one isn't as big as the last time we were talking about it. This one is a lot smaller. But basically, it's going to be affecting Max. It's going to be affecting some areas of production, business affairs, and finance. It's going to be significant. They're saying some. So they have some insiders that are feeding them information. Is basically what this article is saying, is that it's going to be significantly smaller than previous cuts, and it'll basically just be small pockets of people across the entire organization, kind of thing.
Okay.
But people are still finding out if they're like. There are some people that don't know yet. They will find out this week.
Oh, jeez.
So we'll have to see how that all goes. But apparently, it's not just Warner Bros. Discovery. You know, this is going to be all over. You know, kind of like Paramount, I think, said expected to make more layoffs and stuff like that too. So, like I said, it's not. And Disney too is expected to make more cuts over the months, like next couple months. So
I believe it. I mean, it's too bad.
Absolutely.
Too bad.
Absolutely. So we'll have to see how this all goes. But I mean, we're still getting movies. Unfortunately, there's just not as many people or as many talented people working on them.
Right.
So we'll have to see how it all goes.
Well, hopefully they can bring the heat too.
Speaking of Heat 2, Michael Mann is working on a sequel to Heat, which is actually based on the sequel to the book. Because Heat was based off of a book. The book had a sequel, Heat 2, which this movie is going to be based off of. But basically, he's still writing the screenplay. This is what he had said in an interview, is that he's still writing the screenplay, but he doesn't want to comment on any sort of like casting or anything like that.
Okay.
But the weird thing with this one is that this movie is both a prequel and a sequel.
A prequel and a sequel.
Yes.
Okay.
There's going to be 2 different times in this movie. It's going to be time jumping.
Okay, so we're going to get a young Robert De Niro and Al Pacino, and also an older, like an even older one.
Yes.
Okay.
So, there are some rumblings of people that are possibly taking over the roles.
Okay.
And that would be Kylo Ren himself, Adam Driver.
Okay.
And Elvis himself, Austin Butler.
Okay.
But I mean, Michael Mann is keeping everything very close to the chest here. He's not saying anything about the casting. He just says that he's working on the screenplay, hoping to start shooting at the end of this year, beginning of next year. So we'll have to see how that all goes. But he has worked with Adam Driver in the past.
Definitely.
Because he did Ferrari. And he said, when he was talking about Adam Driver before, he said, Adam and I got along like a house on fire. We have the same work ethic, which is pretty intense. We like each other, and we had a great time working together artistically.
Okay.
So we'll have to see how that all goes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Heat's a very good movie. I just don't know what they could do with a sequel, but evidently it is out there. So I'm very intrigued.
Absolutely. There, like I said, there is the book that is the prequel and the sequel together combined. So yeah, we'll have to see how that all goes.
I like it.
We'll see if it spawns any more sequels.
Nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So we have Spawn that is being made by Blumhouse and McFarlane.
Right.
They have both Jason Blum and McFarlane have tweeted a picture of the title page of the script.
Okay.
And on the title page, it has the title of the movie, which is King Spawn.
Ooh. Okay.
So basically, they're saying that this is going to be possibly based off of the King Spawn comic book storyline,
Okay.
which was launched in 2021.
Okay. I know very little about Spawn. Like, I've only seen the first movie and maybe have seen a little bit of the cartoon. Interesting. Okay.
So we'll see how it all goes.
I wonder if Jamie Foxx is still gonna come back and play, but it says that they have no idea if he's still slated for it. I guess we'll find out.
We'll have to see how it all goes.
I like it.
You know, and see if they bring the old guard back and...
You mean like John Leguizamo? Yeah.
But speaking of old guard, you remember that Netflix movie from like 2020?
I remember it. I never saw it. I know you said you liked it.
I did. It was a fun little movie.
Okay.
You know, nothing too crazy, but you know, it's just a fun little movie to kind of put in and relax to.
Cool. Okay.
You know, if you like those kinds of movies, I should say.
Yeah.
So I know we talked about it before too, but they filmed a sequel, and then everything started happening with Netflix with like the changeover at the top, and then the strikes and everything like that. So they've had a sequel filmed for like 3 years now.
Right.
But it is, according to Charlize Theron, going to be released, quote unquote, soon.
Okay.
So they're in the post production. There we go. Got it. First try. And so they're in post. They're continuing on with post production. They basically got shut down. Like, oh, what did she say? Like 5 weeks into post production, they got shut down.
Okay.
And then everything kind of just happened, and now they finally picked it back up, and they're really excited about it. So we'll have to see how it all goes.
Okay.
And they did say that there was, or this isn't coming from Charlize Theron, but somebody else said that the ending basically leaves it open, very, very open for a third one.
Okay. I like it. All right.
So we'll see how that all goes. But speaking of Charlize Theron, apparently she is already, onto something else with Netflix, a movie called Apex.
Okay.
So this one is going to be coming to Netflix. Basically, it's about a rock climber.
Okay.
That that is being hunted in the wild. And the script is described as Free Solo meets Silence of the Lambs.
Okay. Interesting. When I first saw this, I was thinking Apex. I was thinking the video game. So I was thinking, how are they going to do that? But then...
Isn't that dinosaurs?
No, it's kind of like Call of Duty Warzone and...
Oh, like Apex Legends?
No. Or is it like Apex Legends?
Well, I mean...
Yeah, that'd be it, yeah.
Okay. What was the one I was thinking of?
Was I thinking of PUBG? I don't remember anymore.
No, I was thinking of Ark.
Oh.
I was thinking of Ark.
Yes.
That's on me. Oops. We do have that coming in from Charlize Theron. But speaking of ladies that were very, very, very big in the 90s, Sharon Stone is apparently going to be starring opposite Bob Odenkirk in Nobody 2.
I like that. Okay.
I can see it, and makes sense to me.
Most definitely. She hasn't really done a whole heck of a lot lately.
Doesn't seem like it, right?
But, I mean, that makes it all the better, because, I mean, sometimes when you don't have that much exposure, then you get all of the exposure, if that makes sense. It wasn't supposed to... Now I just realized what I said.
Good job, Travis.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Good job. Good job.
Thank you. Just gonna move my leg. No.
Yeah. So we do have Sharon Stone coming in for Nobody 2.
Okay.
And I don't know what to expect. I honestly don't.
Well, I would assume that she's probably going to be really good at hand-to-hand combat, especially since Bob Odenkirk was in the first Nobody.
Right.
So I would assume that maybe she will too, but who knows? I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
I think we will.
Yeah.
Should be fun. Yeah, I really don't got any sort of segue for this next one. But the next thing that we have here is apparently Amazon Prime Video, not Amazon MGM Studios, Amazon Prime Video has bought Bray Studios, which is where the Rings of Power was filmed.
Okay.
So there's been a few things filmed there, but most recently, like Rings of Power Season 2 was filmed there,
Okay.
which is an Amazon Prime thing. But basically, Amazon has been renting out the space kind of thing.
Okay.
Or like been in co-production kind of contracts with them to get these things done. But yeah, they just apparently have bought the studio now. But I mean, this studio also did things like The King's Man,
Okay.
Dracula, and then Rocket Man.
Okay.
So the Amazon Prime Video, with Bray as their creative home in the UK, they are committed to deepening our relationship with the UK creative community, which is rich with world-class storytellers and creative talents of all kinds.
Nice.
And then I was reading here too that apparently about 6 months ago, Amazon used a written submission to a parliamentary committee to warn British government not to take for granted the country's status as a production hub that can rival Hollywood. The streaming giants had said that U.S. studios could shift shoots at short notice, could shift shoots at a quote-unquote short notice were the UK to become a less competitive location over the coming years.
Okay.
So basically they're saying, hey, you guys got a good thing going here. Don't waste it.
Right. Don't screw it up.
Basically. So Amazon has new studios in England now.
Nice. Okay.
Officially. But I mean, it did take them a while to do this. They didn't do it in like 24 hours or anything like that.
Nice.
You like that one?
I like that one a lot. That was good.
All right. So that brings us to our last movie news, which is that apparently a 24 film adaptation is in development.
Okay.
Do you think Kiefer's going to be coming back?
That's a good question. Do I want him back? Yes. Do I think he will be? I guess it depends on if they want to have Jack Bauer back and have that nostalgia, or if they want to kind of do something new with the whole thing.
I'll put this out there.
Okay.
As of right now, he is 57 years old.
He could still do it.
I mean, 57 is the new 40.
Exactly.
Let's see here.
I would assume that a lot of the cast is still around,
I would have to think so.
because Chloe is still around, Marilyn Raskob, Tony Almeida, President, I forget his name, Palmer, yep. That was such a good series. I remember streaming. I remember going through all those seasons.
So, I will put this out there as well.
Okay.
Kiefer Sutherland does have a daughter who
Okay.
is an actress.
Okay. What has she done?
She was on 43 episodes of Veep.
Okay.
Um,
So with Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
I mean, she's done just a few things here and there. Basically, she's done an episode of The Newsroom with Jeff Daniels.
Okay.
She did an episode of Miss Fisher's Modern Murder Mysteries in 2021.
Okay.
The Kid Detective, Like a House on Fire, What They Had, one episode of Tim and Eric's Bedtime Stories, Shut Up and Drive. Yeah. So, I mean, not necessarily a lot, but she has done stuff.
Okay. I thought you were going to say something like he was in too. So like whatever that one show that he did recently where he was president, designated president.
Designated Survivor?
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, no, yeah. If she was, it was uncredited.
Okay.
But yeah, we have a 24 film adaptation in early development.
That's so cool. But I just wonder if maybe the time has sailed for 24.
It's possible.
Since they've tried so many different things, over the years, like they had 12 seasons of the show. I think it was 12, something like that. And then they had the movie, like the TV kind of movie thing. And then they had the remake. with what's his face from Straight Outta Compton, who was Dr. Dre.
Hold on, I'll get there.
Okay.
Corey Hawkins.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, so there was 24.
Yep.
There was 24 Redemption.
Yep.
There was, well, that's not it. 24 Live Another Day, which was another Kiefer.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was 24 Legacy.
Mm-hmm. Which that should have been the one with what's his face from Straight Outta Compton.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but yeah. So, we'll see how that goes. Like, honestly, I only really knew about the original TV show, and then I kind of knew about I didn't know about Legacy, but I knew about like the Live Another Day or whatever it was.
Okay.
Because it was like, oh, Kiefer's coming back for another, another 24.
Mm-hmm. Like Jack Bauer's back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. But other than that, it just like you said, I think I feel like it has kind of lived out its life.
Yeah, but
it's had its 24 hours of fame.
But maybe they can like do some CPR and get it up to 24 beats a minute. Staying alive, staying alive.
But that does bring us to the end of our movie news for this week here. Travis, do you have anything else you want to say about any of our movie news?
I got nothing.
All right, but that does bring us into our trailers here. All right, the first trailer that we have is Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
There we go. We got the 3 times in there. But yeah, we have a new trailer for Beetlejuice.
Mm-hmm.
Beetlejuice. So, thoughts?
I'm super excited for this.
I feel like it didn't give everything away either.
Which I'm happy about.
Yes.
It looks like it's going to have a lot of the same feel as the original did, which makes me happy. Even though Michael Keaton does look older, but everybody does. So I mean, you can't get mad at that.
Right.
But it just looks like everybody was having fun making this movie, at least to what we saw in the trailer. But yeah, it looks like fun. I am super excited for this.
Absolutely.
And plus the practical effects. I love practical effects.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I do have a question.
Yes.
How are they going to address? Why can't I remember their character names? Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis.
Ooh, good question. I wonder if they went into the light, they passed on.
Maybe. Yeah, Adam and Barbara. They're coming to get you, Barbara. So maybe, because I mean the house is still known as the ghost house,
Right.
so something's going on. But I feel like the Dietzes still live there, just because, well, A, there's the funeral going on, and B, it very much feels like Catherine O'Hara's character to cover the entire thing in a black veil.
Right.
Very much feels like it.
Yeah, that's very much her character, though.
Right. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they deal with that. I mean, we know how they're going to be dealing with Jeffrey Jones.
Right.
He's dead. He's gone. He's out of there. But then, like you said, obviously Michael Keaton, not as spry as he was back in the day.
Right. Yeah.
That being said, looks like he's still has a few things up his sleeve.
Oh, most definitely.
And I can't wait to see Bob.
Oh, I know, right? Bob.
Should be fun.
Almost definitely. I am excited for a good Tim Burton movie again. 'Cause it's been a little bit.
And it sounded pretty Danny Elfman.
Oh, it did, yeah. Which makes me happy.
It had the horns, it had the staccato, it had the all the Danny Elfman kind of notes in there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited.
All of the key Danny Elfman, I guess, accoutrements.
Very nice.
Yes.
Love it. Oh, that's right. I forgot Danny DeVito is going to be in this one too at some point in time.
That's right. He is, right?
And then, yeah, Jenna Ortega is in it. Obviously, she's like going to be the main character now. And then Winona Ryder is now the mom.
Yep.
And then we saw Willem Dafoe's character. We saw Monica Bellucci's character.
Yep.
We saw her putting herself back together.
Sure did. With staples.
And then Justin Theroux.
Which I'm guessing he is... I'm guessing he's Lydia's husband.
Either husband or ex-husband.
Something like that, yeah.
I feel like he's Jenna Ortega's dad. Most definitely.
Definitely, yeah.
Because they do go to counseling with Beetlejuice. Where, you know, he asks them to spill their guts, and he's like, here, I'll show you how.
Yep.
But yeah, we'll see how it all goes. Should be fun.
Definitely.
The juice is loose.
The juice is loose.
Can't wait. We have another trailer here, which, Travis, this one is going to be all you, buddy. This is the one for Alien Romulus. We have our final trailer here.
What? You're not going to watch it?
What? Since when?
What the heck is going on here? I thought you were the horror expert here.
What are we, opposite day or something?
Yep, exactly. But, okay, so this one, it looks really, really good. I am super excited. I'm excited that they're back in space. They're back on a spaceship. They're using as much practical effects as possible. I love Fede Alvarez as a director. I thought he did a fantastic job with Evil Dead and Don't Breathe. So I think he'll do a great job with the Alien franchise. If he does more after this, I guess we'll find out. But hopefully this one will be spectacular. I am beyond ready for this. It needs to be August 16th already.
Are you excited to see Mother again?
Mother, the Queen.
No, the AI mainframe.
Oh, sure am.
Because we got a glimpse of that.
We sure did, yeah. I forgot about that, honestly.
And then, I mean, you already brought up the practical effects, but also there's a lot more. What was nice about this trailer is that it didn't seem to give away everything in the movie.
Exactly.
I mean, it had the beats that we already knew were going to happen. Like, we knew the face huggers, we knew the chest bursters, you know, kind of all of that stuff. But it's like it gave us a little bit of an extended look at it. Including somebody trying to fight off a face hugger, which is...
Yeah, that one still gives me the creeps.
Gives you the heebie-jeebies.
It sure does. And not too much does that to me anymore. And that one does. I don't know why.
Yes. But yeah, no, it looks like a very, very good movie for you to watch. Not me. Nose goes.
Haven't you seen the original Alien, though?
I did in high school.
Okay.
In class.
So what makes that different?
I was surrounded by 30 other people, and it was 7:30 in the morning.
Okay.
So I was only half awake for it.
All right. That makes sense.
And it was also, what, 70s horror? Late 70s horror? So it wasn't like nowadays. I mean, it was still scary, yeah. I mean, it's Alien, you know. But it wasn't like, you know, the highly honed in psychological horror that we have nowadays. Okay. That really gets to me.
Gotcha. Okay.
Does that kind of make sense?
It does make sense. You don't like to be psychologically scared.
I don't like to be scared, just in general.
That's fair. But
you know, it's a lot easier to get over like 70s horror than it is, you know, 2010s, 2020s horror.
Okay.
Because I feel like that, like, I mean, Alien, yeah, it had the tension, it had that kind of stuff, but the most kind of like horror that it has was more jump scare than anything else.
Very, very true.
And, you know, with something like this, it seems like a lot worse.
All right.
Yeah.
I guess if you're going to see any of them, you should see Aliens. So that's the least, like, scary of them all. That's the most, like, action.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's James Cameron.
Right.
So, yeah. I mean, I should. I really should. I should just watch. I have so many things I just need to watch.
You are so behind.
I am so behind.
If you can't tell, he's putting his forehead on the microphone right now.
Yeah.
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 But we'll get you there.
Eventually. Apparently. So that brings us to our last trailer, though. And that is the trailer for Conclave, which is a new Ralph Fiennes movie coming out, where he plays the bishop that is in charge of the process to elect a new pope. Because the old pope died.
He died.
What'd you think of this cast?
All right, so Ralph Fiennes, John Lithgow. Who else do we have? We had
the Tooch.
we had Tucci, the Tooch. Who else?
One of them looked super familiar, but I couldn't place him. But now I don't see him on here. So those are like the three main ones.
Yeah.
Isabella Rossellini plays the main sister.
Okay.
Did she look? She kind of looked familiar.
She did look familiar.
She was Liesel von Ruben in Death Becomes Her from '92.
I haven't seen that in years. That was with Meryl Streep and Goldie Hawn and Bruce Willis, right?
I believe so. Was that with Bruce? Yeah, it was with Bruce Willis.
Wow.
And that was the one where basically like they're trying to like kill each other, but they can't die or something like that.
Yeah.
She's been in a couple episodes of Human Resources. She was in a couple episodes of Julia. Trying to think if there's anything. She was a voice in a couple episodes of the Owl House. She was the Bat Queen in the Owl House.
Okay.
She was the ambassador in Incredibles 2. And now I am shaking your hand.
Oh, okay. Yep.
That's why she sounded familiar. Okay. That makes sense now.
It's all coming together.
It is. But yeah, I mean, basically, like, the main three that we know are Ralph Fiennes, Stanley Tucci, John Lithgow.
Yep.
But this one looks very dramatic.
To say the least. Which is crazy because Tucci doesn't do those movies. Just joking. He does all those movies.
He does all of them. He does everything.
He does everything.
He does drama. He does thriller. He does action. He does comic book. He does...
Mm-hmm. That's why he's the Tooch.
He does young adult movies. He was in the Hunger Games.
He sure was.
But yeah, like this one definitely... Oh, did it have a release date on it? I don't remember.
I don't remember seeing one.
Release date November 8th.
Okay. That seems like a very November 8th-y movie.
You know what I smell?
What, BS?
No, I'm smelling some bait. Some Oscar bait.
Okay, that was good.
This very much feels like an Oscar baity kind of movie.
Very true. Yes, it does.
Like, best actor or best lead actor in a feature film or in a drama or thriller. Ralph Fiennes for Conclave. Best supporting actor, John Lithgow. Best supporting actor, the Tooch.
If he accepts the award, any award as the Tooch, I would lose it.
Right.
I am the Tooch.
But yeah, basically it's about the selecting of a new pope, and there might have been some foul play or some secrets from the old pope that people are figuring out or trying to figure out. And then there are rumors going around, and John Lithgow is being very sneaky and evilly. And yeah, it seems very interesting. And then all of a sudden the roof collapses for some reason.
Right. It's going to be very interesting.
Absolutely. So we'll have to see how that all goes.
Sounds good to me.
But that does bring us to our final trailer of the night. And that trailer is Deadpool and Wolverine, which I know, Travis, you didn't necessarily want to watch the trailer.
I really didn't, but I did it for science.
Science.
That's right.
Science rules.
Science rolls. Yeah, cool.
Now I was thinking more, Bill Nye, the science guy. Science rules.
That's right.
But yeah, so we got a lot more of a kind of peek into what the movie is going to be about. Not necessarily anything that's happening in the movie, other than him trying to convince Wolverine to help him, which I am okay with.
Right. Yeah, that's all I really wanted. I guess not all I really wanted, but I know it's going to be a lot of convincing on Deadpool's part to get Wolverine to try and get to do whatever he's going to do in this movie. Because he really does not want to be there.
Yeah. So obviously we knew that we were going to have some connection with Loki, with the Time Variance Authority.
Right.
What I was not expecting was that dragon thing that was in Loki.
Oh, from the nothing or whatever
Yeah.
that was? Yeah.
Yeah, which makes me think that that fight takes place in the nothing, or in whatever that place was.
I think, yeah, at some point, yeah.
Even though in Loki it was, completely like lush and green and grass covered and everything. But that makes sense why there was so much just junk around.
Oh, yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
Because in Loki there was just a bunch of junk around. But we had the smoke dragon thing. We saw the trailer in the trailer there. We got a lot better look at Sabretooth and Toad. Which I'm okay with.
Me too.
We got a glimpse of Lady Deadpool.
We did.
Did you hear the rumors on that one?
So I've heard that it is either Blake Lively. I've also heard that it could be Taylor Swift.
I don't think it's Taylor Swift. That one seems like it's stretching it.
I don't think so either, but it could be, like, she seems way too tall to be Taylor Swift. So I think it'd be more likely to be Blake Lively than anything, since Ryan Reynolds and her are married, basically.
Yeah. And I mean, not only that, but like recently she did share pictures of being on set with him. So
Okay.
a lot of people are like, well, this seems like a 2 and 2 makes 4 kind of thing.
Right. I am excited to see Dogpool, Headpool. There's just going to be so many different variants of Deadpool in this movie.
Yep.
I feel like it's going to just be one heck of a good time.
I do believe that you are right.
And I feel like it is something that Marvel desperately needs right now. They need a good movie on their hands. Like, they think that they've had good movies on their hands, but they've all kind of been lackluster, and at least to what fans would perceive them to be.
So Kevin Feige, I think it was Kevin Feige. I was reading something about it. I think Kevin Feige said something along the lines of, for like the MCU timeline and stuff like that, for, the importance of movies within the timeline. If Infinity War is a 9 and Endgame is a 10, this is like a 7.
Right.
I think is what he was saying.
Yeah, like a 7 or
an
8 on the terms of the importance of, like, going forward too.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Although with the trailer, we did have one more person show up.
I'm trying to think who you're talking about. You're not talking about the bad guy.
Last time that we saw her in one of these movies, she was a lot smaller.
Oh yeah, X-23. Yep.
Daphne Keane.
Yep.
She showed up in the trailer.
Wasn't it that he was saying that like he wasn't like the right person or whatever, but then like she said that like he didn't have to be, but he was at that time or where something like it was something along those lines.
It was a very just kind of like, oh man,
yeah, like oh,
that's gonna rip the heart out.
God, Logan is so good.
Yeah.
I have to rewatch that.
Regular or noir?
You know, I've never seen noir.
Okay.
I want to see the black and white version.
I am ready for this movie.
I am too.
So that is the last of our trailers,
It sure is.
which means you should visit us at Facebook. We're facebook.com/movies our thing. We also are on Twitter and Instagram at movies our thing. No spaces, dash, slash, anything like that at movies our thing. Come on by and say hi. That does bring us to the movies that are premiering this week. Would you look at that?
What?
The first movie that we have is Deadpool and Wolverine. This one is rated R and will be in theaters. Deadpool's peaceful existence comes crashing down when the Time Variance Authority recruits him to help safeguard the multiverse. IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes, Metacritic did not have a score for this one yet.
I'm so excited. So excited. I'm wondering if we're going to have an after credit scene of Fantastic Four in this movie. Or maybe something to tease the X-Men.
Oh, maybe.
But I don't want to try and speculate on after credit scenes for right now because I just don't know what to expect. This movie is there's just going to be so much. And I also feel like it's going to require a lot of viewings because there's going to be so much to see.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yep.
So, basically, somebody put together something. They called it the Marvel Liars Hall of Fame.
Okay.
First one is Andrew Garfield saying, "It's Photoshop." And then him in Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. Then it's Patrick Stewart, "Who is Doctor Strange?" And then him in Multiverse of Madness. Mm-hmm. And then Harrison Ford, "What's a Red Hulk?" And then we had the trailer. And then on some for in The Acolyte, because Daphne Keane is in The Acolyte. Mm-hmm. She was on the cover for that. She said, "Oh, I'm not in that movie." And then she shows up in the trailer.
Uh-huh. Right. There's just so many possibilities of like old and new like Marvel characters or even, X-Men characters to show up in this. It's like we have we're going to get X-23 and then there could be anybody from the X-Men showing up. Mm-hmm. And even if it's like the new ones coming out.
Well, like that's the thing is this Wolverine was talking about how he always wanted me to wear this suit, and then Storm always wanted me to wear this suit, and then he was like walking along basically like tombstones almost look like.
Right.
So I think basically everybody is gone, which is how Deadpool I feel like is going to try to recruit him because that's why he was showing him the picture like these are my my group here, and what not to do.
Right.
So I need your help.
So I know that there's going to be, I've heard there's going to be a lot of Back to the Future references in this one because they do have Power of Love in this movie. Because I saw there's the soundtrack that came out and Power of Love is on the soundtrack.
Very nice.
And then at some point, Deadpool is holding a picture, which would make sense because I wonder if Deadpool is going to be like disappearing in one of the photos or something. Like Michael J. Fox was in the first Back to the Future. Yeah.
No, I totally got you. Very nice. Yeah. Sorry, getting distracted here.
You're good.
But yeah, I think we talked about it pretty well with the trailer, and now we have the movie here.
Yes.
I am ready for this. I am. I have to come see movies. I have to see so many movies. There's so many that I have to see. Okay.
So we did end up getting some of the popcorn buckets here, and we're going to be selling them.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it it's just Logan, right? Or is it two different varieties?
I don't know. I haven't opened up the box yet because we have an embargo right now. We can't open it until the day before.
Okay. Well, that stinks.
Yeah.
So that brings us to the other movie that's premiering this week, and that is Dìdi.
Mm-hmm.
This one is rated R and will be in theaters in 2008. During the last month of summer before high school begins, an impressionable 13-year-old Taiwanese-American boy learns what his family can't teach him: how to skate, how to flirt, and how to love your mom. IMDb has this one at a 7.7 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes is sitting at a 92%, and Metacritic is sitting at a 76.
This movie's going to be so awkward.
So awkward. Oh. Yeah, no, it's going to be super awkward.
It will be.
I mean, it's going to have a whole family dynamic because he has an older sister. He's growing up in the age of unfiltered YouTube.
Right.
Which we both know what that's like.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, even in the trailer, they had the him typing into YouTube how to kiss.
Yep.
And it's just like, ooh, yeah.
Yep. Like, we've all done that at some point.
Been there, buddy.
Yep.
Been there. I don't want to relive that kind of stuff, though. So we're just gonna kind of skip past that one.
That might be fun to look back on and be like, yeah.
No.
Yeah, we were that stupid.
Yeah. Well, like, I kind of want somebody that, you know, grew up in that time to watch it and tell me if it's like accurate, and then I can be like, yeah, this one's pretty accurate. Go check it out. That's what it was like.
Yep.
Because, like, I mean, I know you were what in 2008.
I would have been 3 years out of high school at that point.
Yeah, because I mean that was basically, I was just out of high school like year beforehand, something like that.
Okay.
So, but yeah, like even then, it's like, yeah, no, that rings true. Yep, that's about the same. Yep.
How they capture that stuff, like, to make it as awkward as how we felt it at that time is just, it's great. Yeah.
Not looking forward to it.
Right?
Oh man, we'll see how it goes though.
Most definitely.
What did I have here? But yeah, that's about all I had here for this.
Okay.
For these movies.
These movies are they a thing though?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe these movies are a thing. But obviously I know your order. Mm-hmm. You know my order.
Oh yeah, it's Dìdi first.
100%.
100%.
Totally. But other than that, Travis, do you have anything else you want to say about these movies?
No, I got nothing except for that it needs to be Wednesday already. So LFG.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
That's right.
That's what you're waiting for?
Yes.
Well, then, what you should do while you're waiting for Wednesday is to visit us at Facebook. We're facebook.com/moviesareathing. We're also on Twitter and Instagram at moviesareathing. No spaces, dashes, slashes, anything like that at moviesareathing. We also have a Patreon, patreon.com/moviesareathing. If you want to help support the podcast, we do have that over there. hit a few hurdles there.
Just a few, but yeah, it's all good.
We're good. But Travis.
Yes, sir.
I do believe it is about that time. Here it comes. Cue the outro. Thank you for listening to Movies Are a Thing. Be sure to tune in next week for more movies and tangents with us. I did delete some stuff, so we have some time now.
Yay. Yay. Yay.
It says 3 hours and 48 minutes. Do you think we can make it?
I think we got it.
You think so?
I hope so.
Maybe?
Maybe.
Possibly.
It might be a stretch, but I think we can make it work.
We'll see.
Yeah. Good one.
How'd that sound?
Crisp.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Wait, where did it go? I don't know. Do you want to talk about this or no?
We can cut it out.
Cool.
Oops, I did it again.
Oh, baby, baby. Very nice. Basically that brings us to our last movie news.
Good push.
Actually, if it was 24 beats a minute, it'd be like, ah.
I don't know what's wrong.
Stay alive.
I don't know what happened, officer. I was doing it.
Just sit there and just, You broke his ribs.
I did nothing of the sort.
Sorry, gotta adjust.
Adjust.
I just adjust.
I just adjust. Indubitably.
Yes, quite. Sergio Castellito? Nope. How's it feel?
It's weird.
Yeah.
I was like, am I whispering? I was like, no, I'm not.
No. And it'd be nice if like you could see this too, because like I actually can see the levels of where it's hitting, and like if it's going too high, because like right here, it's like right at the point where it's just about too high, but like if you go back here, then all of a sudden it's like way down at the bottom.
Sure.
You can hardly hear it, kind of thing. So, but once we get the new mics, then it'll be a lot easier too. I just got to save up for them.
Nice.
Yeah, super.
And
And then maybe get me a few more headphones.
a few more headphones.
Yeah. Although I don't know about these ones, man. They feel a little compressy.
Really? I think they're just fine, but maybe I'm not too picky.
I have them on the right ears.
It'd be funny if you didn't.
Right.
That would explain why.
Right. All right, man. We should probably get loaded up here, huh?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Fine, I guess I'll stop.
But